The law of vibration. One of the fundamental laws of the universe seems to be the law of vibration. It says that almost everything moves, and nothing remains constant. Humans basically exist in a system of motion. When brain cells get activated, they set up a vibration in the body. Therefore, to move the hand, one needs to trigger brain cells to move the body, or the hand would not move. Brain-body coordination is always essential. Vibration is indeed a mechanical process that causes oscillations around a point of equilibrium. The term originates from the Latin word vibrationem, to shake or quiver. The oscillations can be regular, such as a pendulum's motion, or casual, such as rolling of tires on a gravel road. To illustrate further, the motion of a tuning spoon, the reed in a music instrument like piano, a mobile device, or the funnel of a loudspeaker are suitable for vibration. Almost everything seems to vibrate through an external force. Vibrating implies oscillating, shaking, or going very rapidly backward and forward. It all vibrates on a subatomic level. At this stage, energy does everything, and this is what matters most. All the subatomic particles, the atoms, the molecules that make one vibrate are compact and smallest of things such that people cannot sense or view them. Any substance vibrates at such a low velocity that unless people have a very super powerful microscope, it goes beyond what they can detect. It might sound alien, but everything indeed carries vibrational energy. Even self-consciousness is also a type of energy that vibrates at a very brisk pace. People's opinions, therefore, bear some value after all. That's the law of vibration. A vibrational pattern can calculate anything. An experiment that was conducted many years ago also says the same thing. A mother rabbit was kept in a submarine while her baby was far away in a laboratory. To judge how she would respond to what the experimenters did, the mother rabbit was connected to the equipment that was tracking brain waves. The baby was killed in the lab. The brain waves of the mother rabbit they were experimenting with went off the map at the moment the baby was killed. The calculated brain waves completely disappeared. This experiment hurts from the viewpoint of humanity, but it also shows the cognition of a separate vibrational pattern. It has also shown a significant feature of the quantum theory that subatomic particles can provide, and obtain data without being a variable in time and distance. This experiment helps to determine that in the universe, vibration occurs as a conscious effort. It might clinically explain the close relationships that some people have when one person suffers an accident and the other partner feels the pain at that precise point in time. Many experiments have also been performed with identical human twins. In understanding universal consciousness, the law of vibration has a pivotal role to play. If everything vibrates and contact amongst all is immediate, then all are tied into something far bigger than one would have ever imagined. Science has recently discovered that its principles and hypotheses have now become metaphysical laws. Science is exploring what metaphysics has known for thousands of years through the research in the sphere of quantum physics that everything is linked to each other. All individuals exist individually, but they are also an essential component of total universal consciousness. Like a drop of salt water from the vast sea sometimes seems to be bigger than the solar system. It is because humans are part of this universal consciousness with their vibrational signatures that are so special to each of them. People can interact with the whole of the universe. This law of vibration is part of the broader picture as well. The rule is to respond. Through the superconsciousness relating to this is what people send out as ideas, feelings, emotions that are embodied in human life. The bigger picture is the law of attraction. It's a major communicator. Applying the vibrational patterned signatures, people send their consciousness out, and the universal consciousness responds to it by returning the reality. Nice or indecent, what one offers, he gets it back rightfully. The law doesn't judge right or wrong. However, people do, based on whatever vibrational frequency they commit themselves accordingly. Again, all of this can sound pretty good, but it's all true and genuine. In vast measure, many tools clarify what research in quantum physics has found about the cause and effect of a genuine intent. To make all of this work, one does not have to be a quantum physicist or a spiritual teacher. Identifying that the universal consciousness will work for all, it's enough to start with a determination to let go of old illustrations about self and deceptive relationship with the world. It is better to discover abundance, true happiness, and super quality of life. The law of attraction states that like objects attract similar things, and the universe will represent what people use to think if they believe something with enough zeal, strength, and emotion. Vibrations are feelings. Individuals send these vibrations into the universe as they think about something, and the universe reacts by giving more space beyond one's thought process. Being in a positive state of mind will cause human thoughts to vibrate at a higher frequency. Doubts decrease the frequency of the vibrations of individual thinking, indicating that the world will also respond moderately. Any process of thinking is said to be in the greatest type of vibration, so it has the highest frequency. Being the highest order of frequency, it is known as a strong force in the universe. Those individuals who stay positive are in a strong, high vibrational mode. When they are in a strong or positive vibration zone, good things are always going to happen, creating positive things or vibes. Therefore, one needs to vibrate. Wealth, health, abundance, performance, all these have specific frequencies. One must control the vibration that stirs the thought process. So people should remember to use the law of vibration when they follow the law of attraction. Both of these go hand in hand. There isn't any separation between the two. One practices the other, while the other practices one. A law of attraction can be used to direct individuals through the correct pattern of thought to obtain a deeper meaning of how the law of vibration, the law of attraction, and the other universal rules can be used to introduce prosperity, health, affection, success, and happiness into human life. It is either people don't really know what they want, or they don't comprehend the law of vibration. If one does not get what he wants in life, he increases the energy level of those thoughts. By focusing on these thoughts, the thoughts become more intense. The law of vibration maintains that whatever occurs in the world, whether visible or not, dissolved and analyzed in its clearest and most fundamental form, constitutes pure light energy that resonates and remains as a pattern or frequency of vibration. It has its vibrational frequency of all substances, emotions, and feelings. The thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that people select all have their unique vibrational rates. For something that has the same frequency, these vibrations can create resonance. Science shows that everything essentially consists of energy modules in the manifested universe. Quantized units do vibrate at particular frequencies. Quantum physicists have also shown that while matter seems to be solid, it is mostly space interspersed with the element of energy when people look at it through a microscope to break it down into its smallest particles. These particles are electrons, molecules, atoms, neurons, and quanta, the smallest observable particles. So in reality, it all consists of space and energy. The frequency of energy vibration seems all that powerful. A strange thing about this is that the denser the material, the greater is the intensity of vibration. Similarly, the lesser an object's density, the slower will be the vibration speed. For human beings, thinking is where everything starts. When the conscious mind regularly thrives on ideas of a certain quality, it becomes deeply rooted in the subconscious mind. It becomes a powerful sound. With other similar vibrations, this prevailing vibration creates a resonance and draws them into human life. It is easier to understand if people consider that the entire mindset of the world is dominated by the philosophical point of view. In effect, the vibrations influence everything around the atmosphere, the people and animals and the inanimate objects, even the seemingly vacant space, and affect people in turn. Human sensation determines the vibration at the present moment. Feeling refers to a word for describing the conscious perception of sensation. Therefore, at the moment, the sensation is the vibration point where people are in, which sets up a similar nature. Positive emotions stand for a positive situation, and negative emotions lead to negative conditions. Whether solid, liquid, or gas, everything in the universe is said to be in motion. All objects move, vibrate, and fly in circular patterns. With its unique vibrational frequency, anything that exists may be identical. Frequency is defined as per unit of time, that is being the number of periodic oscillations, waves, and vibrations. No two objects are completely alike in the universe, because each one has its special vibrational design. The variations in these vibratory movements mainly explain the differences between substance and energy. As trees, tables, animals, and flowers are phenomena, so as light, fire, electricity, magnetism, and sound are types of vibratory motion. People hear no noise as things vibrate very slowly. The slowest vibration occurs in actual objects, and that is why one can't detect any sounds coming from them. One begins to hear lower-pitched sounds as vibration is intensified. Further vibration rises and makes it possible for people to hear higher-pitched sounds, as when they reach the piano's ascending keys. If vibrations escalate more, they may not be able to hear the sound at a higher frequency, because it may have moved out of the capacity to record the frequency. It's the same with people's ability to see color. Humans are constrained to see only the colors found in the rainbow's spectrum of light. Their first color experience is that of a dark red. The red turns brighter as vibrations grow, and then it turns to orange, and then to purple, blue, indigo, and violet. The violet color vibrates higher to ultraviolet, where, just as with the human eye, one can no longer see the hue, just as he cannot see infrared. For people's emotions, feelings, and desires, the same concepts of vibration would apply to the physical world. The Ascended Masters claim all people have their own unique sound, and that perfect sound is the sounds of the individuals. If people have communicated with this sound long enough, they would have discovered their true, perfect potentials. In general, disruptions in human lives, lifestyles, modes of entertainment, all help to stop them from hearing the ideal sound within. Most of the world's vibrational frequencies function to interfere with people's mental and emotional states and disturb them, preventing them from communicating with the latent perfection within. Vibrations are sent out into the world by human feelings, emotions, and desires. Every thought process or mental state has a matching vibrational rate and direction. The stronger the vibration, the longer are the results of durability. The lesser the vibration in the short term, the more powerful the results are. Human beings reside in the third dimension, the Dichotomy Plane, which represents much of the nice-poor, black-white, or yes-no stuff. Since this mode of activity is synonymous with human identity, most of them have a characteristic nature of optimism or pessimism. Optimism is based on a higher frequency, and a decreasing trend is based on pessimism. Optimists prefer to expect the future to have much more. It is conveyed and likely to be realized by others. The negatives are predicted by pessimists. They predict and actually help create negativity. Human fundamental style is important because whatever one chooses that generates a vibration that moves out into the collective mind and helps to lift or lower the vibrations of the planet. People carry on a quantity of negativity equal to what has been conveyed as the demonstration of negativity. Likewise, people carry on an equal number of positive vibrations as they positively express themselves. Not only do vibrations affect the environment, but they influence the people around as well. Positive or negative vibrations in others can resonate and produce comparable vibrations. If individuals send out thoughts of envy, disapproval, criticism, or hatred, then others are also aroused and return the same thought process. Every single human being has the option of choosing. To establish peace and consistency with God inside them, they should balance their bodies and behaviors. Much as people care for their bodies by selecting choices and activities to preserve their equilibrium, they should also stay in a state of well-being, nutrition, fitness, freedom from addictions. Humans must also take care of their minds by selecting healthy thoughts. Decent thoughts help people shift to spiritual growth on their journey. Other negative thoughts hinder or cause them to regress in their development. When individuals learn to choose the positive, they step with calculated progress toward spiritual goals. Sometimes the full effect of individual actions on others is not well recognized. They can be a constructive force working for their company or society to change, or they can be a destructive force and knock down what is being created. Probably personal or community cynicism is the most challenging type of negativity to resolve. Many people who have encountered different setbacks or failures start to assume that nothing is going to succeed. The collective mind then generates a vibrational frequency that attracts everything else that exists on that frequency of those individuals. People must learn to open their hearts and minds and think from a position linked to higher consciousness to solve their problems, for the answers can only be found on the higher realms of life. This majority of actions often give the response people are searching for through the law of vibration, since the higher frequencies contain greater awareness and understanding. By claiming that they need to be honest, a few individuals attempt to rationalize their negativity. However, when individuals are driven to act in a harmful way, the induced vibrational frequency speaks for itself. To be truthful and supportive, and yet be hopeful, one needs to strive forward. People must aim to keep their vibrations as positive as feasible, and as high as possible. It implies that they must not let the negative behaviors of others infiltrate their emotions or mental state. One of the ways to achieve it is to try to avoid being too active in others' concerns. People need to listen carefully, help set targets for problem solving, and support to make positive results. They need to prevent themselves from taking on the lower vibrations that others generate. Law of vibration allows individuals to get in contact with their feelings every moment. Since every thought, emotion, phrase, and action is dependent on its own frequency, people need to learn to determine how they feel and choose behaviors and attitudes that only help everyone to develop. The evolution tells them why they are here. The law of vibration provides them with the knowledge base to overcome all which is not in the divine plan, and supplies them with the way to pass to higher levels of the life cycle. There are more or less 3 types of vibration. Free vibration. As and when a mechanical device is put into motion with an initial input and permitted to vibrate naturally, free vibration takes place. Dragging a child back on a swing and making it go, or striking a tuning fork and making it ring, are instances of this form of vibration. At one or more of its normal frequencies, the mechanical system does vibrate and damps down to immobility. Forced vibration. Forced vibration occurs when a mechanical device is applied to a moment-changing disturbance, load, velocity, or displacement. A regular and stable input, a transient input, or a sporadic input may be the cause of the disturbance. A harmonic or a non-harmonic type of disturbance may be the periodic input. Rocking of a washing machine due to an imbalance, travel vibration induced by an engine or irregular road, or the vibration of a structure during an earthquake are ideal instances of this sort of vibration. The frequency of the steady-state vibration response based on the application of a harmonic and periodic input in linear systems is equal to the frequency of the motion or force applied, with the intensity of the response depending on the particular mechanical device. Damped vibration. When friction and other kinds of resistances gradually drain away the energy of a vibrating device, the vibrations are regarded as damped. The vibrations gradually decrease or modify frequency or strength or depart, and the system rests in its state of equilibrium. The motor vehicle suspension dampened by the shock absorber is an absolute example of this form of vibration. Testing. A vibration testing is performed by inserting a forcing feature into a structure, usually with some kind of shaker. Conversely, the table of a shaker is connected to a device under test DUT. A vibration test is carried out to analyze the response to a given vibration environment of a system under DUT testing. The measured response, NVH, is the ability to work in the vibrational environment, resonate frequencies, fatigue life, or rattle and squeak sound output. Squeak and rattle study is undertaken with a special kind of gentle shaker that, when in service, creates very low noise quality. Electrohydraulic shakers are used for comparatively low frequency, less than 100 Hz. Besides, electrodynamic shakers are used for higher frequency, 5 Hz to 2000 Hz. In addition, a specified acceleration is held at one or more control or input points located on the DUT side of a vibration fixture. Other response points may have a high degree of vibration levels, resonance, or lower vibrational levels, damping or anti-resonance, than the control point. To prevent a device from being too noisy, or to minimize stress on certain parts due to vibration modes induced by particular vibration frequencies, it is also critical to achieving anti-resonance means. Random and sinusoidal are the most basic examples of vibration testing services conducted by vibration test laboratories. Sine experiments, one frequency at a time, are also conducted to evaluate the device's dynamic performance under testing, DUT. Vibration machine controllers were restricted only to regulating sine motion during the origins of vibration testing, so only sinus testing was conducted. More advanced analog and then digital controllers were eventually able to provide random control, meaning all frequencies at once. Normally, all frequencies at once test is said to represent a real-world condition more closely, like road inputs to a moving vehicle. Most vibration monitoring is carried out at a time in a solo DUT axis, even though the majority of real-world vibration happens concurrently in multiple axes. MIL STD 810G, announced in the month of March 2008, allows for multiple exciters checking in the field of test method 527. As regards the frequency range of the vibration test continuum, the vibration test fixture applied to mount the DUT to the shaker table must be developed. A vibration test fixture that copies the mechanical impedance, dynamic response, of the actual in-use mounting is difficult to implement. For this purpose, vibration fixtures are built to be free of resonance within the test frequency purview to ensure repeatability among vibration texts. The developer should target a fixture design that is free of resonances in the test range of frequencies, typically for smaller fixtures and lower frequency bands. As the DUT gets larger, and as the test frequency grows, it becomes more complicated. Multi-point monitoring techniques in these instances may minimize some of the resonances that might carry forward in the future. Some techniques of vibration testing restrict the quantity of movement of the response point in a mutually perpendicular direction to the axis under test, crosstalk, that the vibration test fixture is allowed to exhibit. Vibroscopes are instruments specially developed to track or record vibrations. Analysis. Applied in an industrial or repair setting, vibration analysis, VA, helps minimize downtime of equipment and maintenance costs by detecting faults in equipment. VA is a major aspect of a condition monitoring CM program, also referred to as PDM, predictive maintenance. VA is most widely used to check faults in rotating equipment, motors, ventilators, gearboxes, and pumps. The acceleration, displacement, and velocity units shown as a time waveform, TWF, can be used by VA, but the spectrum generated from a vast TWF Fourier transform is most widely used. The vibration continuum provides valuable information about the frequency that can identify the defective portion. By observing the basic mass spring damper module, the basics of vibration analysis can be explained. In reality, as a summation of simple mass spring damper designs, even a complex structure like an automobile body can be simulated. An instance of a simple harmonic oscillator is the mass spring damper template. The mathematics used to explain its behavior is similar to the RLC circuit's other basic harmonic oscillators. The subconscious mind is guided through the functioning in accordance with the laws of vibration and attraction. It has long been professed that people will live a life of happiness until mastered, receiving everything they crave. Law of vibration. If one believes it or not, right here in the people's mind rests the law of vibration. All the time it works continuously. Although some people can find it difficult to understand the concepts of the law of vibration, yet it is perfectly simple for others. The law of vibration relates to everything being a source of energy, and that particular energy may comprise of the entire universe. Looking at a particle through a microscope will reveal that molecules that are in continuous motion are visible. If one goes a little further and explore inside the atoms and molecules that in turn have a proton continuously surrounded by an electron become apparent, and it is vibration in motion. Since people know that all things have atoms, they also know that all things vibrate, but at different frequencies, even though one can see or sense them only when vibrations arise within the human range. People think they are made by God. Whatever or whoever created them has to vibrate as well. In reality, humans do also consist of energy, and, as with anything else, they vibrate, taking into account that they are the result of this formation, and also that they are made up of molecules. A light, sound, a thought, everything that has to do with humans vibrates as well. Now, if people take all of this into account, their vibrations should essentially be aligned with the vibrations of the world, and then it should be possible to interact with the objects of their vibrations point. The thoughts of both conscious and subconscious minds must be in harmony with the universal vibration for this to work. People need to be aware of their conscious and subconscious thoughts for this very purpose. Law of attraction. Similar to the law of vibration, people also have the law of attraction, and the law of attraction is also meant to affect the whole universe, similar to the law of vibration. The law of attraction, in fact, explains that a reaction occurs for any action. In several other words, for all individuals, there is an impact as well as a trigger. It is possible to get something that people want simply by dreaming about it for applying this rule of attraction. However, people need to modify their thoughts inside their subconscious mind for this to work. If the subconscious mind does not need certain things that people want, they will simply not have it. Although people may, to some extent, regulate the law of attraction, they should also understand that it is a law that operates apart from them. Human vibrations and their emotions are the only means to have a level of influence over this statute. In many other words, individuals need to concentrate on conditioning their subconscious mind in such a manner that it vibrates in sync with the universe's vibrations, enabling them by simply thinking about it to get everything they want. Subconscious mind. By now, people may be aware of the two rules that can operate with the subconscious mind in combination. They also know that they can live a life of happiness if they allow this to happen, having everything they want. It is not sufficient to just know about this, because they still need to consider the position of their subconscious mind, which in turn will lay the groundwork for being able to regulate it. A lot of individuals appear to equate the mind with the brain. However, it should be made clear, it's mind, not the brain, that works. It is the mind only that uses the brain to carry out specific tasks. On the one side, by using the human brain, the conscious mind is employed to obtain and perceive sensory feedback from the 5 human senses. When this mission has been accomplished by the individual conscious mind, it passes the knowledge to the subconscious mind, where it will be analyzed and processed in such a form that it will have direct impacts on one's body or the ways one does things. People simply need to set the process in motion by concentrating their thoughts on what they want to take advantage of. The two laws of vibrations, well as attraction, are to be implemented simultaneously to get what people want. The feedback will be acknowledged by the said conscious mind and relayed to the subconscious mind. Individuals can have whatever they want, but until that can happen, they need to ensure that the subconscious mind is in an acceptable state and capable of vibrating in line with the universe's vibrations. If people have not yet reached this state of mind with respect to their present attitude, it is unavoidable that they make certain lifestyle adjustments. The human race has been conscious since ancient times that there is a force that humans can use to exert influence. It is said that this force can affect anything from other people's minds to other situations, and even physical objects. This unusual and mysterious force was frequently mislabeled as evil. It was called witchcraft by many opponents. One big religion took over the world in those days, and coercion was used to convert anyone who did not express their faith and loyalty to that religion easily. Those superstitious individuals were scared of something that could not be explained. Many who knew how to use this power were unjustly convicted and were seriously mistreated and executed. The problem lies with those who hold to their fanatical conviction that the truth is understood only by religious leaders. They conclude that only a contradictory idea, an impossible fable that is immoral, is related to the mind. These religious types also assume that it is some form of unforgivable sin to use the mind for something other than prayer, which would result in eternal suffering. But what is this force that was mislabeled, manipulated, and maligned in such a way? It is now accepted as the law of vibration by modern science, which is the basis of the law of attraction. This natural law exists along with other identified laws such as cohesion, magnetism, gravity, heat, and electricity. It is not newly discovered and has already been recognized. The only question is that those who tried to regulate the human race ignored it. This wonderful knowledge was only permitted to be studied by the upper class of society, and they guarded it closely to lead a decent life. A region known as the Solar Plexus exists somewhere within the human body, just below the core. This region is a perfect intersection of both nerves and arteries. It is the soul's abode. It is a true teaching of the old saying to rely on self-instincts. The human mind is an important part of the whole process of vibration, but it is the person's heart which holds the strength. Many individuals make the mistake of trying to use only their minds to construct their reality, but people will experience minimal success until these things have integrated with people's hearts. Science has found that there is an inherent force of vibration in all kinds of substances. It is not a philosophical theory, but a verified scientific reality. Through the cell, the molecule, to the mountains, to every living thing, all in the world vibrates. It is the difference in the vibration rate which determines its structure. Slow vibration represents a rock. The wind reports fast vibration. The sound registers very strong vibrations, and all the layers and spectrums in between register moderate to high vibrations. All things, in essence, are embodiments of the divine force that precedes all things. Now here is the set of data that will cause all to change their paradigm, that vibrations are only thoughts and feelings. Individuals may draw identical vibrating things into their world by the use of their rhythmical production. When learned and perfected, it is an ability that can greatly benefit human lives and all those around them. The mind generates thought, and the heart generates feelings. As the two components work together, they generate energy that, like a sound wave, is distributed into the world. This wave of thought can travel endless distances and trigger things of similar vibrating frequencies. These things, thus attracted to this wave of thought, will travel toward the origin of the pulse of thought and emerge bigger in the process. This ends the obvious manifestation of events into an individual world. The things that are drawn to people are the things for which they have produced thought energy without going into a too lengthy debate, as there is no space here. People also have many things about life that they do not really want, or vice versa. It's because people were worried that something would happen and didn't want it to happen. However, to be specific, people kept worrying. After creating a thinking wave, they were worried as the vibration rule works that way. It will ask to learn not to think about what one wants and what one does not want. There is a precise and repeatable method of producing waves of thought that generate the desired outcomes. If one learns them and use them for their benefit, there are several kinds of techniques. There is also a certain opportunity to use such ingredients. They can be easily taught, and people will get the desired results as long as they follow the correct procedure. Like all things in life, the more one practices, the stronger he becomes. This awareness provides the user with power, giving him the confidence to do what he wants. In this planet and universe, everything is vibrating, and nothing is completely still. Even steel and iron are also not silent in the bridges and houses. The atoms that make up the steel keep moving and vibrating continuously. Everything vibrates at its own frequency, and people consider them to be strong and still because of the limits of human senses. As human vibrations are caused by human thoughts, they can regulate their vibrations and can control their emotions. As the frequency at which people vibrate is caused by their emotions, they can regulate the frequency at which they vibrate and can control their feelings. If one gets close to something that has a particular frequency of vibration, and if one is responsive to the other frequency of vibration, the frequency of former vibration can also change. It is also the frequency of vibration that attracts people to some objects and conditions, and it is referred to as the law of attraction. Without the law of vibration, the law of attraction does not exist. The law of vibration is more significant than the law of attraction. The law of vibration can always be measured. The feelings cause the frequency of vibration. One may think of something that makes him feel happy and move with this feeling into a celebration. One will most definitely smile when he thinks about something that makes him happy. Human vibration will radiate not just the smile. People will get surprised to know how many other people are attracted to them. Of course, one can try thinking of something terrible, and he will stand alone in the crowd. Vibration may also be taken advantage of. If people don't feel so great, they can get close to something that has a high vibrational frequency. They might meet someone who has this incredible element of vibration that makes them feel good. They could go to woods or public park and stand or sit by a tree with their back to the trunk. Music is another means of adjusting the level of vibration. People can get into various forms of vibration by different kinds of music. One needs to take advantage of vibration by being close to masses and objects with a high vibrational frequency, and by manipulating own vibration frequency by thinking about ways to feel good and make way for the law of attraction. The law of vibration, in its simplest terms, states that the whole of the universe comprises of energy. When people had learned physics or chemistry in the early days, they might have studied that all elements in the universe are made up of molecules, whether living substance or non-living objects. Molecules, in turn, contain energy, protons, neutrons, and electrons. Even human beings seem to be made up of molecules, meaning that individuals are actually sitting on a high intensity of energy. In fact, this level of energy element is distinctly managed and has strikingly advanced features. Everything that people observe and can think of is the hidden energy, which is vastly complex. In brief, one can term it as the law of vibration. However, there are challenges to take on. These challenges are full of logical queries, such as, if anything consists of energy, why is the stone harder than one's hand? Why do they feel different if both have the same energy level? The truth is the degree of vibration that sets them apart. The energy constituent in all objects tends to vibrate at different speeds and frequencies. One can observe water in its three separate forms. The water molecules in ice vibrate very gently, but they vibrate faster in a liquid state. As water transforms into steam, the molecules vibrate so speedily that they detach from the parent body and get airborne. Applications of the law of vibration in practical life. One can guess what else a vibration frequency has, which is unique to it. Many people who are fit and stable have their own vibration frequencies. It is similar to those who are tension-free. All humans have distinct vibration frequencies, such as those who have mental sufferings, and, on the contrary, who are happy and satisfied. So if people want to carve out an ideal relationship, they need to change the form of vibration to someone who has a contented and caring lifestyle. The vibration law is closely related to the law of attraction. Practically, every second of each day, one sends vibrations through the world and into the cosmos. Bad things come back as people send out negative vibrations. However, good things happen in life if people send out positive vibrations. It sounds straightforward, but that's the way life really is, and it should be. The law of vibration says all humans belong to a part of something greater than themselves. For this, people have got different names concerning this universal source. However, this universal root is also called universal awareness, or the superconscious mind, in light of the new era. There is general knowledge everywhere. Since humans are a part of it, they can't ignore the same. People don't often connect to it, but it is always present. Now that people are aware of its presence, it would be smoother for them to communicate with universal consciousness. Individuals are all somehow linked to one another as part of the universal consciousness. All objects feel the effect of vibrations. The leaves, the pebbles, human bodies, all in reality are in a state of constant motion.